wash my soul in the ocean, in the tears of God, I let it go.
Hello, my astrology friends. This is Lada from astrolada.com, and this is your November 2021 video horoscope for all the 12 signs. And we're going to focus on the eclipse, which is happening in Taurus, and a few other important events. November is a bit more tense, but I'm going to lead you through that, prepare you. So, hopefully, forewarned is forearmed. And I just want to announce that my 2022 video horoscope for each of the 12 signs are ready. Last year we sold like 10,000 and this year they're coming out now. They're a discounted price of $12 till the middle of November. After that they go to the full price, and each sign is 2 hours. And you can also get all 12 signs for the price of just 4 or something like that, the whole package. Anyway, let's start with the 2021 November horoscopes. Taurus, Sun, Moon, or Rising. You are starting a very important month that can change your life around. Maybe you and Scorpio will be the ones that are most affected in November by big life changes and reassessment of your life, change of direction. And the month starts with a new moon and a conglomeration of planets in your seventh house. Around the 4th of November, there is a new moon, which means renewal, new developments happening in your relationship sector. But this new moon, the sun and the moon together, is opposite Uranus in your sign. So it's going to be very, how do I call it? It's around 12 degrees. So if your sun, moon, or ascendant is around 12 degrees, maybe 10 degrees to 14, 15, you would feel this new moon the strongest. And of course, if you're born on the 4th, you feel it around the 4th of this second, third, 4th of May. You're going to feel this new moon very strongly. But for all Tauruses, this new moon in the 7th house, opposition Uranus, some very sudden and unexpected developments, and very fast in your relationship status. It can indicate that suddenly the appearance of someone new in your life, for example, a new business partner, a new person to collaborate with that might feel a little bit disruptive, a little bit too new for you, or a new romantic partner, because 7th house is about committed relationships as well. And it might be someone that surprises you, that is very unusual than what you've normally done, or you might start some changes in your relationship because you yourself are changing. Uranus is in your sign. You are becoming, and Uranus rules your 10th house. Maybe something might be changing in your career, and that affects your relationships as well. But you might take some new decision that directly impacts your relationships, for example. And in extreme case scenario, it can destabilize a relationship, either ask you to change the direction of a relationship, reassess it, in such a sense that something needs to change. Then it needs to change fast, or a contract or business agreement and relationship. These are all 7th house, or maybe something such new appears in your life. Opportunity for a new contract, for a relationship, but it can feel a little bit too fast and a bit stressful, and then around the 10th, you're gonna have Mars conjunct Mercury in your 7th house. So you can feel it a few days before, a few days after, and square Saturn. There might be some important decisions that you have to take again, connected to your relationship, partnership, contracts, agreements that you are in, or new ones that you make. Flow of information can come to you from others very fast, that you need to communicate, speak with others more. But there will be some, for example, such things might work out better, such communications with others, such kind of contracts or projects done together around that time, if they're more focused on work, because Saturn is making square to those planets. So focus on responsibilities and duties. But on another level, it can create some tension in your personal relationship because of your duties and responsibilities, or because of the involvement of some parental figure, some authority figure that you have to be careful about. that puts pressure on your personal business relationships or on your contract, some authority figure as well, or maybe some authority figure is pressing you to do some project together with another person or putting deadlines there in some way. But there is here, we have to involve both houses, the 7th and the 10th, when there is a clash a little bit between relationship needs and development and between your work and worldly responsibility in your reputation to some extent that you have to work on. And in some cases, it might be just some project that you're working that involve clients or others or some business deal, which is putting also, which is work related, Saturn from the 10th house. Then, so you see a lot of focus on relationships, new beginnings, new changes there, plus collaboration projects and so on, or signing some contracts. And you'd benefit a lot if this month in November you try and recruit the help from others. And the people that might be in your life might be much more driven, more because the Sun and Mars, two masculine planets are there. So kind of more ambitious, driven, more masculine energy people that appear, or more male people that appear in your life. Again, a lot of developments in your personal relationships or marriage or new partners appearing. But it's going to be good if you ask for help or collaborate with others. And others might be like trigger for you to make changes in your life, like a mirror for you, where they press your buttons and trigger you, almost make you angry, and you decide to change something because of that, or some situation escalates or becomes more critical, and that pushes change on your life as well, and a reaction from you in some way. And you might also feel more motivated to create business relationship, or to 7th house, 1 houses of sales, to pursue sales more aggressively, for example. Or if you're in any 7th house career, you'll be extremely busy in November. You can even take some great new opportunities to take it to the next level. 7th house careers is consulting, advising, negotiating, partnerships, working in contracts, in sales of any sorts, in one-on-one sales or one-on-one exchange with clients, or even in the deal making of some sort. And then the other very important thing is the full moon eclipse that's happening on the 19th. You can feel it from the start of the month, and it will continue, its influence are felt for 6 months after that. It's happening around 27 degrees in Taurus, which means the later born Tauruses, the last 3-4 days basically of the May born Tauruses, probably from the 17th, 18th, 19th, 20th, 21st, 22nd of May. This eclipse really strongly activates you. It's a full moon eclipse though, and it falls on one star of wealth, Algol, but it's also known as a star of death. So choose wisely, wealth or death. Sorry, I don't want to make jokes with such things, but eclipses on the axis, on your axis, where it's your sun, moon, or ascendant, they're fated, especially if they fall within 2-3 degrees of your sun, moon, or ascendant. And I said it's around the 27 degrees, so anyone who is 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30 degrees of Taurus will feel it the strongest. For other earlier Tauruses, to a lesser degree, but they can still feel it. And that's about completion of something. It's a full moon eclipse, and it's with Rahu, the north node, so you can gain something. You can receive the results of some project maybe that you started months ago or time ago, or some situation that started in your life almost like a year or two ago, which comes to a culmination and conclusion and solution. And it's kind of fated. It's what it's meant to happen. And because it's a Rahu eclipse, it can give you something that comes into your life. It's with the moon, something maybe in your personal life, like for some of you might be a culmination, if it's your sun there, of career project, ending of a career, or ending of a job, or ending of a relationship with an important male, or culminating a relationship with an important male to the next level, and maybe kind of rewards for efforts you made for many months ahead, or difficult situation completing of some sort. And if it's your moon, your personal life is more involved. For example, when I had full moon eclipses on my moon, I bought houses, I got pregnant. Moon is family, more personal life and situations, important developments with important women in your life, and important relationships as well. Because the moon is one of the planets, if it's your moon in Taurus, that rules emotional bondings, relationships, some culmination, some very important fated decision, basically. And I often say when there is eclipses, that is the first eclipse that starts on the axis of Taurus, and Scorpio is going to continue for a year and a half eclipses to be happening there. So for the next year and a half, guys, with the beginning of this eclipse, the fated events like you know, as I said, finding jobs, quitting jobs, the ones that really are set in kind of, let's say, you have a soul contract. The important people that you're gonna meet, especially if it's your ascendant, is axis of relationships. The important marriages, divorces, this is when the axes and soulmate partners that you meet happen when eclipses start. So sometimes a fated relationship, indeed. Coming, going, the personal horoscope and personal situation needs to be examined. I cannot tell you exactly until I know your circumstances, what it is. But yeah, life is turning around. Plus, with all those kind of, you see, all the planets are kind of focused in your angular houses. Angular houses are about changes, new beginnings, initiating. But it's like, I always give this example. It's like the cart starts moving ahead, but it's moving on square wheels. So, the wheel of change is spinning, but it's square, and you're like, kind of. But things are happening. They're not staying still. Very dynamic changes involved with your career, with others, with your changes that you're making. Now let's go to something more easy and positive as news. Starting from the beginning of November, Venus, the planet that rules you, symbolizes you will spend 4 months in your ninth house, where it will get retrograde in December and January, and start moving directly and come out of there around March or the end of February. So you're starting a new cycle and a more positive trend where Venus will be helping you for 4 months with trine aspect. And that's about, and that's from a very lucky house. The ninth house is house of for example, some good trend can start with education and learning. Something that you would really enjoy, something that will give you a lot of pleasure to study, for example, and you would learn it very easy over the next 3-4 months. Maybe starting some pre-qualification course, some class to study something high-minded like astrology or some degree, You might find interest in another country. You might get a lot of pleasure and even benefit financially by connecting with people from faraway places for the next 4 months, starting in November. Maybe a foreigner can come into your life. Maybe some very erudite, gentle, pleasant teacher like figure or inspirational figure, maybe a woman figure that comes, who carries good luck for you and good karma and good knowledge to expand your opportunity, to expand your mind. So if you start learning something with a female teacher, for example, it might be something good happening in your life. Or it might be a trip or a journey abroad, or even for some of you might be some kind of a relocation abroad that happens, or ease with receiving documents connected to far away places, like getting documents for, I don't know, citizenship or something like that in a foreign country. And some of you who are in ninth house businesses, you will start seeing a very positive trend into those ninth house businesses. What is it? If you work in the travel industry, if you work in the teaching industry, if you work in the legal system, ninth house, if you work as a preacher, if you work as an educator of some sort, if you have an important educator, professors, such kind of things. If you have import-export with foreign cultures, luxury goods or foods from foreign places as well. If you have some kind of a business that's connected to foreign connections as well, there's a very good trend that's starting for you for 4 months. I'll tell you in December what the retrograde period of Venus will mean there. Some of you might even meet love abroad, or love from a different, someone from a higher social class than them, someone from position of more, I don't know, education, a well-traveled person, or from another state or something like that, someone that you can learn a lot from. But generally, you're going to start feeling more positive because of this Venus in your ninth house for quite a while, and more lucky overall, because this is a lucky house, the ninth house. You're gonna expand your mind, see new opportunities that come to you, embrace them this November already. In December, when Venus turns retrograde, you have a chance to work extra on them. Some new inspirations will come to you. The ninth house is where we connect to God or receive messages from our higher self. And when you align to your Dharma, and the Dharma is the path you're meant to walk in. Plus, as I said, there is fated eclipses happening in your sign. So again, there is, despite of this eclipse that sometimes might be quite stressful, Venus in your ninth house is protecting you, and it's going to protect you for 4 months. It's because almost like an angel there. The ninth house is in, God's, almost like your higher self is connected to the advice of God, to the vibration of God. You can see and recognize opportunities from a higher, and you can deal with any situation from a higher perspective, more optimistic, more humane, more philosophical, and because of that, things align for you easier. Despite of the other hard aspect, there is a lot of protection there. So there you go, Taurus. If you want to check out my 2022 video horoscope, which are 2 hours for a sign. It's only $12 till November the 15th, or even my 2022 calendar, electronic calendar, 124 pages with all the cosmic events, description of every full moon, new moon, eclipses, planets becoming visible, retrograde, making aspect. Is the most full calendar that exists on the internet right now. So thank you so much. And yeah, enjoy and take full advantage of that really important month for you.